Hello, this is Grace Apke, and I'm doing my report for Mrs. Shafer's Science Enrichment class. Now these rock layers are in order from oldest at the bottom to the youngest at the top, in a sequence of layers that have not been overturned by a later deformational event. The oldest layer will be on the bottom and the youngest layer on the top, from www.tulane.edu. The first time period that we will see in these first rock layers is the Paleozoic era. First, rock layer A was deposited, then rock layers B and rock layer C. After layer C was deposited, fossil number 8 died and was covered by layer D. Next, layers E, F, G, H, and I were all deposited. After layer I, fossil 7 down here died and was covered by layer J. This is the end of the Paleozoic era. Fossils number 7 and 8 have both gone extinct and are now buried beneath the soil. The second era we will see is the Mesozoic era. The Mesozoic came after the Paleozoic, from paleos.com. The first layers deposited in this era were K, L, M, N, O, and P. Then these layers from the Mesozoic and Paleozoic and the fossils from the Paleozoic were tilted this way and faulted right here. After that, a fracture appeared in layer L, which is now down here because of the faulting. After that, the top part of the tilted and faulted layers were eroded, creating this curvy line that we see here in blue. After that, fossil number 9 was died and was covered by Q and R. Layer R was then partially eroded. After that, fossil number 10 died and was covered up by white layer S. Once layer S was deposited, the Mesozoic era ended and the Cenozoic era began, up here. Once the Mesozoic era ended, fossils number 9 and 10 became extinct and were found in the rock layers from the Mesozoic era. The first thing that happened in this Cenozoic era was when dike number 2 pushed its way through layers A, down here, through layers S, up here. It then branched off into sills number 5 and number 6. Sill number 5 intruded between two layers Q and R from the Mesozoic era, while sill number 6 squeezed between layers R and layers S. Afterwards, fossil 11 died. It was covered by layers T and layer U. Dike 1 then intruded through layers A through U and branched off into sills number 3 and sills number 4. Sill 3 also went in between layers Q and layers R, like sill number 5. Sill number 4 went in between layers T and layers U. Shortly thereafter, fossil number 12 died and was covered mostly by layer V. Layer V was then eroded at the top, creating this wavy line, and covered by layer W. The last thing that happened was when two fractures appeared in layers T, over here by our fossil 11, and in layers U and V, right here, not too far from fossil 12. This is when our Cenozoic era starts, but it's still continuing on today.